Hello and welcome to today's episode of CCTV. Oh. Hey there, Christina here from ChristinaCarlyle.com. In today's episode, I'm going to be going over 7 tips with you about things that your personal trainer should and should not be doing with you. And this episode is inspired by not just questions of people like, well, my trainer said, or I don't know about this, or I don't know about that, but this is really inspired by my recent trip to the gym and seeing this poor lady working out and her trainer sitting there like, while she was doing her thing, he wasn't even monitoring her. Like, you're getting paid how much an hour to just kind of be like, doo-doo-doo. I find that so disrespectful, and I find that so lazy, and I find that so annoying. I can't even tell you. Just no. So that's inspiring today's episode. So these are the 7 tips that your personal trainer should be doing with you or should not be doing every single time you work out. And if they're not, kick them to the curb and fire them off the planet. And if that is happening with you, I want you to tell me and shout it out and let me know if you learned anything in this episode, because I'm all about educating so you're empowered, so you know, so you're not sitting in the gym like, I don't know what to do, okay? So tip number 1, there should be an initial assessment when you first meet with your trainer, and you should be going over health history and injury history. Okay, so if you've had any surgery, if you have any aches, any pains, if you're having muscle cramps, tingly, tenderness, numbness, just weird things that are going on. There's like health things that are going on with you, medications, heart health, cholesterol, all kinds of things like that. And if you're not having some sort of initial health exam or questionnaire, it's a huge freaking red flag. Like if you're meeting with a trainer, starts with a, hey, how are you doing? Okay, let's go. No, that's not good. Like abort. Tip number 2, there should be a conversation every time you get together about how you're doing and what your goal is. Okay, so I know when you get with a trainer, you may say, oh, I want to lose some weight, or I want to lose 10 pounds. Okay, great. If your trainer isn't going over, okay, do you want to be itty bitty? Do you want to just look better on the beach and lose like 20 pounds? Do you want a fitness model physique, or are you trying to gain muscle mass and bulk up and gain strength? There are 4 clear, distinct body goals and shapes that you can train for. So if you're not really having that conversation about what type of body you want, you may end up stepping on the scale and be like, why the F did I just gain 5 pounds? I've been busting my ass in the gym, but this is why. This case in point, I see this like every time I go to the gym. This big, buff, like God looking dude, like total gorilla style, looks like he could bench press a Fiat, and his girlfriend who's like, okay baby, like what should I do? And they're working out together, and I'm like, bro, you're gonna make her gain 25 pounds. Stop it. Like, if a guy is training you like a guy, you're gonna get bulky. And I don't know about you, you may personally not care about that, but I know a lot of women I work with, thing number 1 is, oh, I touch a weight, I get bulky. So if you want lean, sexy, tight, toned, feminine, that's a different workout entirely from a big bulk, I can bench press the Fiat, like squat, babe, you can do this with like 110 pounds on your back. You're gonna get different results. So I don't know if you've seen any CrossFit ladies that have like those, they're in shape, they're ripped, but they have bigger, they're thicker. You know, those women are training differently than other women who want to become a fitness model or just look better on the beach, be an itty bitty ballerina. So if your trainer isn't saying, okay, what kind of muscles do you want, or what, you know, is your goal body, that's a big red flag for me. And it should be for you too. Training like that, a lot of times you're more susceptible for injuries. I know personally, one of the first times I worked out with a trainer is this guy Kip, I'll never forget it. He had me squatting so much weight, I could feel, like, it felt like my muscles were pulling while I was working out. Like, it really, you can feel like the fibers kind of twitching. I don't know if you can relate to that ever. But it was alarming, and the next day I woke up, I literally could not get out of bed without like shuffling. Like I couldn't, it was hard to like step up. I was so sore and so tight, and I've personally worked with women who have the same thing, that they're in so much pain, or I see them working out with trainers and their boyfriends that just have them going way above and beyond their skill level and what they really want to get out of this workout, like their goal body. It's just, I mean, I can't. Now, tip number 3, your trainer should be warming up and cooling down with you every single time. Not necessarily with you, but making you warm up and cool down. You want to do some light cardio, because when you get started, your muscles are cold, they're tight. So when you go to move stuff, it's easier for them to rip apart and break and tear. But when you're warm up with cardio, they get malleable, they get a little bit more pliable, so there's less tension for them to snap apart. I made a video called 5 things that forget what I called it, 5 things that smart people do every time they work out, or 5 things that fit smart people do every time they work out. I don't know, I'll put a link to it below if I can. You need to be working out before you work out, meaning you need to go from here, cold, to warm, so you can get into the burn zone, and then when you're cooling down, you can get back to normal, so you can get out the door, prevent pain, muscle fatigue. It's a good thing. Blood pooling in your muscles can cause other issues. Just trust me when I tell you, warm up and cool down. Without that, it's also gonna add a couple more, it's also gonna boost your calorie burn a little bit and just kind of get your body consuming oxygen so you can get better results during your workout. Speaking of consuming oxygen, your trainer should be telling you when to inhale and exhale. I don't know if you've ever been to a yoga class, it's all about breathing, inhale, exhale. Like, breathing is important when you're doing cardio. If you could imagine running and holding your breath, you'd never want to do that. But a lot of people, when they're weight training, seem to hold their breath because they're concentrating or it's hard. No, it's really important that you inhale at the hard part and exhale the easy part. This is going to be oxygenating your muscles, pumping your bloodstream and muscles full of oxygen, delivering nutrients to your muscles when they need them the most when you're weight training. If your trainer is just off in outer space while you're doing your thing, it's a big red flag. No, no, no. Tip number, no, what are we at, 4, 5, something? The next tip is form. I personally come from a place of demonstrating a workout, pointing out what needs to be done, then watching my client perform the exercise and watch them like a Hulk the entire time to correct posture or alignment. Because if your head's off the wrong way, if you're looking at your trainer while you're doing something to see what they're doing, if you're looking a certain way, you could throw off the alignment of your spine, and that's when a lot of injuries come in. Also, I mean, I saw this chick squatting the other day, and her trainer's like, whatever, chatting up with another member. This lady could very easily be blowing out her back and her knees doing some misaligned squats. So that's not cute either. You're paying these people good money. They should be educating you. They should be watching you. They should be making sure you're getting the best results. So if your trainer is not going over proper form, technique, breath, posture, positioning, feeling things to make sure that you're engaging them, making sure you understand exactly what you need to be doing, well, in my personal opinion, not good, not cute. Okay, this is tip number 6. Okay, that was 5. The trainer, the last one, the form. Tip number 6, they shouldn't be telling you what to eat. Your trainer should not be telling you eat this and eat that and eat this. Because again, it's just kind of like the first example when I was talking about the big guy training out his girlfriend. That guy needs to eat a different way than she does. Like my friend who is a vegan Ironman athlete, Stephanie, she has to train a different way than me. I'm just a former fat girl who loves to eat, but I want to keep it right. I want to keep it tight. So I eat differently than she needs to. If she's running crazy laps and miles and swimming and cycling and all that, she needs to eat differently than I need to eat. Somebody who is 6 months out from having a pregnancy and is trying to lose baby weight needs to eat differently than me. Somebody who is a guy and is trying to build big bulky muscles needs to eat differently than women. So if a trainer doesn't have that certification, they really should not be giving you any dietary advice. You should not be hitting that smoothie bar, and you definitely should not be eating for somebody who isn't certified and knows the science behind nutrition and micronutrients and macronutrients and supplements and when to take this and that in the perfect way for your goal. It's a whole nother video. Last thing that I personally recommend that your trainer should be doing is giving you a homework assignment. 1 session a week with a trainer plus 3 or 4 sessions throughout the week on your own, just trying to wing it, is not going to get you the best results. I personally have always set up a cardio program and a weight training program for my people to sustain their exercises. I usually go over that when they're cooling down and I have them on the treadmill or the elliptical machine cooling down. I go over their homework assignment with them and draw up like a little workout program for them because I want people to get the education, be empowered, and also it's a great way to gauge how committed you are to your goals, which is another way to assess where you're at, what you want, and what you're willing to do to get there, and it's also going to get you there, that homework assignment. So I hope these tips helped you. I hope your trainer is following these steps. And if you like this video, please like it. If you learned something in this video, or there's something that your trainer is doing or isn't doing, or just you learned something about this, I want you to share it to declare it. And if you don't want to miss next week's episode, subscribe now because I make a new video every Thursday. Okay guys, well I hope you have a great week and I will see you next time right here, same place, every Thursday. Have a good week. Bye.